Hey y'all, so today I have a makeup releases, will I buy it? What should I call this? I feel like everybody has their own spin on it. I tried the Tinder for makeup thing. I don't know if it was really gonna catch people's attention the way that I was thinking it was. But anyway, we're gonna talk about new makeup releases and it's going to be, will I buy it? Will I not buy it? And I'll give you some brief little thoughts on some things that are coming out or just released. So I'm gonna pop pictures up right over here in this space and show you some new items and we're gonna talk about them. I hope you guys are going to like this video. I'd like to do more of these, so if you like them, make sure to show some love so I know. And before we get into it too, I wanna say these are my thoughts, opinions, has nothing to do with what I think about the brand, some of their other launches. Most of these brands I've used and love, not every single one of them, but most. And it really means nothing else other than just my take on this product. I haven't even tried it, so your first initial reaction can be very different than what you actually think once you get your hands in it and play with it. So yeah, and if you disagree, it's totally fine. Everybody has their own opinions with makeup and our individuality with it is what makes it so much fun. So they're just opinions, just keep that in mind. And just like any other makeup person, I went to Trend Mood and got a lot of this information, not all of it, but I would probably say 90% of the information I got is directly from the Trend Mood Instagram page, so you can go and check out more stuff if you'd like to. So let's go ahead and get into it. First off, the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bad and Rougey collection. So this honestly really caught my eye. There's also, it's very blushy, so it's very kind of on trend. Blushes are becoming like as popular as eyeshadow palettes right now. You're seeing them all the freaking time. One thing I like about this collection is that there's something for everyone. There's a cream stick, there's loose blushes, and there's also matte blushes inside the palettes. So the Luminous Mood Light blushes go for $30 and there's 4 shades of blush sticks, and those are $22 a piece. And then the matte blush palettes are $45. There's also lip cushions that go for $18. So I like the theme of this. I feel like it's different. It's something I've definitely never seen done before, and I think it's hard with cosmetics right now. You're really just kind of like reinventing the wheel every time something comes out. So when I see something genuinely different, I get excited about it. It's hard to say because I've actually never bought anything from Jaclyn Cosmetics, but I am to the point where I definitely want to try it out for myself, and this might be the collection where I need to buy something. I think if I got anything, I would like to try maybe a little bit of everything, get different colors in the formulas. I don't know about the lip cushions. I have so many lip products. I'd really like to try the blush formulas out. I mean, blushes you can get from just about any brand out there, but I really think that this was a unique way to kind of do the collection and theme it. So I gotta give it a thumbs up. I don't know if I'm going to purchase it, but it's definitely on my list of possible purchases. I'm being really stingy with buying makeup right now, so it's like maybe. If I got the PR kit, I would absolutely use every single item in there, and I would love to give you more thoughts, but as it stands right now, your girl is kind of a broke hoe, so she can't be buying everything, so I've got to be really picky. All right, next up, the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. Now, when I saw this on Trend Mood, I'm like, what? But this is actually a reformulation, so it's supposed to be a soft matte finish. It's still full coverage. Let me tell you, back in the day, before I was good at doing makeup, and I say good, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but before I really hit my stride of like finding the style of makeup that I liked, I basically wore Amazonian Clay Foundation pretty heavily. Used that big kabuki brush, and I went to work at the Clinique counter inside a Macy's in another state, and the first question was, what foundation are you wearing? And they kind of said, oh, it looks nice. And I don't know if that was a lie or not, but I didn't wear it from that point on because I was wearing Clinique makeup. But it was something that I wore for a long time because I felt like I needed to cover everything on my face. I have a lot of like pink and red and splotchiness in my skin, and I always thought that that was like my worst characteristic of my face was all that splotchiness, and now I'm just like, whatever, it's my skin. I don't wear as full coverage. This is going to be a pass for me, but simply because I don't wear this full coverage foundation anymore. I am more of the medium coverage. That's kind of what I like. I don't want something super sheer, but I don't also need the full coverage. I will wear it, don't get me wrong, and a lot of times I love putting on full coverage concealer with my lighter coverage foundation or BB cream, CC cream, whatever. So this is gonna be a pass for me, but if I was looking for something full coverage, I would totally give this a try. $39, and I mean, I did like the old formula back in the day, but I wasn't as critical of the formula, so I don't know, take that with a grain of salt. Okay. A collab that I'm really excited about, Glam Light and Michaela. So Michaela on TikTok, if you don't know who she is, you must not be on TikTok. I love her. I think she's just so lovable. She's just so real and genuine and just fun to watch. So anyway, she has a collection coming out with Glam Light. So far when I'm filming this, you've seen several colors in the palette. It's definitely bright, definitely colorful. I'm seeing lots of purples, but you also get like a little blue, a little yellow. There's definitely going to be some fun colors going on with this. It's supposed to be a little bit of love from Massachusetts. A lot going on in here, but I am here for it. It looks beautiful. We don't know what all is in this collection, if there's going to be other products. There may be lashes, there may be highlight, there may be lip products. That's what they're kind of known for. I'm gonna guess this palette's gonna be in the $40 to $45 price range based on the size of the palette, the number of shades. And then I also, just to mention, their icing eyeshadow primer, I'm really excited to try as well. So I'll probably buy her palette for sure, and also the icing. So this is a definite yes for me, and I am not one who gets excited for collabs. You would think in my position that I would be, but I feel like because I know how like genuine and real I am, it's hard to find someone who I see the same way, if that makes sense. I always connect with the people who I find are really real and raw, and that is totally her. So yeah, I could go on about it, but I'm really excited, and it's definitely gonna be a yes for me. I can already tell you because it looks amazing. Let's talk about ABH Norvina Volume 5 palette. Honestly, when I heard that there was a new volume coming out, I saw like, ooh, spoiler, there's gonna be a new palette. Hold on, I need iced coffee. Spoiler, there's gonna be a new palette. I was like, okay, yes, I'm definitely getting it because I have all 4 of the first volumes, and not everybody loved every color story, but that's kind of what's great about it. You can find 1 or 2 that you love. I love color, I love fun, and then I also love the soft pinks, which was volume 4. This one, however, is very, very reminiscent of the Anastasia Norvina palette that came out in the purple velvety packaging. It looks a lot like this. It's got like a lilac neutral color story mixed together. This is another one where I would love to use it, but I can't really justify spending $60 on another palette. I love the formula. One of my favorite formulas, truly, out of my like top 5, definitely top 10, but probably top 5 eyeshadow formulas that I've tried, and I love the palettes. I think they're beautiful, but for this I'm seeing volume 1 being the purples. I think that was the right volume, and then I'm seeing lots of neutrals that I definitely have. I'm kind of just seeing all these shades already existing in either my regular Anastasia palettes or Norvina volume 1. So this is gonna be a pass for me. Let's talk about Makeup by Mario. I have never been like a Kardashian stan, fan, whatever you want to call them, and then he was kind of known for doing Kim Kardashian's makeup. He's very talented, I'll give you that, but this collection speaks to me on no level whatsoever. For me, it's very hard to look past the packaging because the packaging is so plain. This packaging could be taken 2 ways. Either it looks so basic and sleek, it's simplistic, or it looks cheap. And to me, I'm kind of leaning on the cheap end, sorry to say. And nothing about this looks very appealing. You've got Soft Sculpt. I'm not going to repeat that over and over again because I'm going to mess that up. Shaping sticks, $28 a piece. There's 6 shades. Soft Pop Blush Sticks, $28, 6 shades. Same for the bronzers, and then you have the powder blushes are $24, glow highlighters are $28, double-ended brushes are $28 each. I hate double-ended brushes. What am I gonna do? Lay those bitches down? I am not buying double-ended brushes. They get on my nerves. Like, I get it if you're traveling and they're laying in your train case or they're in the, you know, the little brush holders, great. But on an ordinary basis, piss me off. I do not have double-ended brushes in my collection, period. I think those are for simplistic people who want the easiest, most efficient everything, and that is not me. So yeah, this just does not speak to me. This could be one of those scenarios though where it's so basic looking that you don't give it a try, but eventually when you get your hands on something for some reason, you're like, oh my god, this is such a beautiful formula. It could totally be the most amazing blush and the most amazing bronzer. It could be, but nothing in here is intriguing me enough to go find out. So it's a no. Okay, here's something I want. And I know that not everybody is crazy about MAC anymore. I know that maybe a lot of people feel like they had their heyday and that's it. But this collection I think is beautiful. This is the Botanic Panic collection. There's highlight lipsticks, and I saw that little spoiler, and then I saw the palette. And the palette I think is beautiful. Let me look back at this picture. There's something about this, like granted, this is not groundbreaking, but I think it's beautiful. There's like a couple of yellows, some soft goldens, you got a blue, a pastel purple, and then this corally shade. It's just beautiful. I also love the packaging. The lipsticks are kind of intriguing. I see like 3 out of 5 shades that I would like. I do think that this should have been launched already, and this is like a summer collection. To me, it looks a little bit more spring, early summer, but I will use this year round, so it doesn't bother me a bit. I'm really excited for that collection, and I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I plan to purchase it, but I also am trying to really rein in what I'm buying and use more of what I get sent and what I already own. Next up, the Chanel eyeshadow quads. I'm sorry. No! This looks like something that I had when I was 7 years old. It's got the little eyeshadow applicators. When there's little eyeshadow applicators, it instantly makes me think it's gonna suck. And I know that's not necessarily the case because you should apply them properly, but this looks so basic, childish, and just no. And I did see a price point on this post, but I'm gonna guess it's at least 40 something dollars, and I'm being generous with that lower price point. But yeah, if you put the applicators in there, I immediately think that this is child's play, not Chucky. It's not gonna be it for me. Next up, Valentino Makeup. So I had to take a couple of screenshots of this, and then I was looking and I was like, wait a minute. The clutch, which I'm gonna show you first, can hold a powder product, being a powder or a bronzer, and then a mini lipstick. But the clutch is $235 for something this big that holds a couple of products. Granted, packaging, beautiful. Love the packaging. And a lot of the other products are not that insane. They're ranging $25 to $65. The foundation, I believe, is $64. None of the products themselves look that groundbreaking. It's not shaking the earth by any means, but it's really, really pretty packaging. I would expect that from Valentino, and the quality should also be way up there. But no, I'm not gonna buy this. Okay, let's talk about the Urban Decay Prince collection, because I like some Prince music, but I just don't see this collection. I don't personally get this. So there's 2 palettes. Each palette has 10 shades. Those palettes are $55 a piece. I had to look at that a few times. There's also a few other products in the collection, but of course, palettes I think are what we're most drawn to. And these do not do it for me. They do have purple, which of course, Purple Rain, you want to see it. A shade called Raspberry Beret, but it looks kind of like muted. I'm just not seeing anything that special here. And I think for $55 a piece, I think they're kind of losing it there. I think the collection is pretty in keeping with the Prince vibe, but nothing special to me. I don't know. I would just have to pass. If you're a big Prince fan, you'd probably love this just on principle, but for me, it's a no. Okay, something from Glossier, which I looked at this and I was like, bitch, this is the most blasé looking thing. So they came out with 2 shades of their Lid Star Glistening Eyeshadow, $18 a piece, and 2 shades, a gold and a bronze. I mean, I think even more basic people probably have something like this in their collection, or you can take that gold shimmer and that bronze shimmer that you have in that basic bitch palette and go like this and you're done. On the eye, looked like nothing special whatsoever. I have never tried Glossier. Maybe I might have gotten 1 product in a subscription box, and I have wanted to try some of their stuff because they have some kind of iconic type products for some people, but this is just so nothing. What? I don't see it. No. We also have ABH Norvina lip balms, which I thought was kind of a strange thing to do. They look a little bit childish to me. Granted, I like the cute stuff, so this is not bad for me, but I know that some other people would be expecting something a little bit more high-end feeling. This looks like plastic packaging with fruits on the front and a balm that you have to put your finger in. I'm not seeing it. Once again, they could be amazing on the lips, and if I got them, I would be thrilled to use them, 100%. But for $18 a piece, it basically just says they have vitamins and oils in them. There's a mango, a coconut, and a strawberry. It says that they have color, obviously. I'm guessing just the strawberry one, but once again, nothing special. I have fresh lip balms like these that I absolutely love, and I feel like maybe that's similar to what they're going for. I don't see it. Norvina has basically put out big palettes, small palettes, lashes from the Norvina section of the brand, and now lip balms. It seems like a bit of a leap, like maybe an eyeliner. I just feel like it's a little random, but I love those palettes, so these could be amazing, but I'm gonna skip. So next up, One Size Brows. So I've only tried one thing from One Size Beauty, and it is the palette. I used it, and you know, I thought I liked it. The more that I looked at my eye look, I felt like it just, nothing popped. The shades kind of muddied together a little bit, and it wasn't bad, but it certainly wasn't anything that had me so impressed that I needed to pick up the next launch. So when I saw this, you got a Nourishing Tinted Brow Gel, $21. Brow Kiki, I'm not even gonna say anything about that name. Micro Brow Pencil, $19. I'm just not seeing anything special here. A brow product is kind of a brow product. If everybody raved about it and it was like the most needed thing ever, I might try it out of curiosity, but nothing here is really making me do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really feeling it. For now, I'm gonna say no. Next up, we have a product from Becca, and I think this is their actual last launch of a product. So I am kind of reminiscent because Becca highlighters were always the thing that I loved the most from them. This is their Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in High Angel. So they released this for Pride, and it's inspired by their opal shade, but it's kind of iridescent. They did donate $50,000 to the Trevor Project in honor of a Pride Month. I love that, and I love the highlights, but because the brand's going away, I really don't have any interest in buying anything else from them. And a lot of people ask me that, why influencers, whatever you want to call us, get rid of stuff when it's discontinued. And usually it's because with some people, when they post about their eye look and they post all the products that they use, they actually have people who want to get those exact same products. That's not the case for everybody, maybe not even most people, and nobody cares exactly what I used on my eyes. But for some people, when they're posting about stuff, they know that there's gonna be people who want to go and purchase those products. So they won't post about anything that is discontinued that you can't get your hands on. It's actually a considerate thing to do in a way, at least in some people's thinking, so that if they post about something and you do want to recreate it exactly, that you can get all the products. So that's usually the reason why. I won't hold on to a lot of discontinued makeup unless I love it. If I love it, I'm going to keep it, and I will be holding on to my Becca highlighters, but everything else from Becca is probably going to just go ahead and leave my collection as time permits, once it gets old, once I don't want to use it anymore, whatever. But the highlights are beautiful. I've always loved their highlighting formula. It's not my #1 favorite, but it's definitely up there in some of the top ones. So this is beautiful, but I'm gonna have to say no. Next up, Patrick Ta Major Dimension Palette and Gel Liners. What is this? I don't understand. This is so basic. You got mattes, shimmers, 2 cream bases. This is just so plain. I get it that a lot of people love browns and that's their main color of eyeshadow that they wear. So for some people, this will be something great. I'm just looking at it like, why? I don't see it. Also, the gel liners, they're $26 a piece. For a liner, that's a lot. This palette goes for $68. I think you're really, really reaching. And I have some Patrick Ta products that I love. Some of the products are beautiful. I have blush, the cream, bronzer, and contour. Beautiful. But this is just a big no for me. I'm like, what is going on? I don't see anything special about this. I don't see anything that says that I even need to consider getting this. It looks very Kim Kardashian to me for some reason. It's the tan packaging, it's the plain shadows. It's obviously, I like color. If you like nothing but these browns, this may be great, but I would not spend $68 on this palette, and I would not spend $26 on those eyeliners. It's a no. A couple more products. We've got the KVD Planet Fanatic palette. So there's a couple of aspects about this that I want to get out of the way that I do enjoy, which is that this is a completely recyclable packaging. That is awesome. Makeup is one of the fields, even if you love it and even if you have a lot of product like I do, you can look around and say, wow, this is a lot of waste. So I love that this is a recyclable packaging, but this palette looks like Wet n Wild is putting out a big pro palette. That's what I see when I look at this. Even the swatches too are nothing special. From what I can tell, it just looks kind of like neutral with a side of green, a side of purple. It's a little something going on, and I don't see it. I love the recyclable packaging though. All right, Colourpop Your Golden. This is another palette, 30 shades. It has warm neutrals and metallics. Now, I actually think that this picture in particular really does it justice. I think it's beautiful with everything catching the light. It does have a lot of shimmers, but I can totally see when I'm looking at this palette, I get the vibe. I get the warm, I get the bronzy, warm vibe with all of these shimmers, a little bitty pop of color, and I feel like I could create beautiful looks with this. And as I don't purchase many natural colored eyeshadow palettes at all, but eventually the ones in my collection do get old. So every once in a while I do pick up something more neutral. It's few and far between. I would definitely consider getting this one. A couple of their bigger palettes have really caught my eye, but I've been like, oh, I don't need it. I definitely have shades like this. This is not anything new. I could totally probably get every single shade out of this palette from something that I already own, but I do think altogether it's really pretty. It's probably a no for me now just because I certainly don't need it, but I think it's a pretty palette, and if it were on sale, I'd probably pick it up, you know? And just a couple more things, and these are not as new as the rest of it. So first off, the Moira Cosmetics Sweet Series collection. There's 4 palettes, $18 each. These are beautiful. I first saw their blushes. I'm gonna put those on the screen too. The blushes look so pretty. I'm dying to try these and to see how the quality is. You can also get the PR box with all 4 palettes. The PR box is $72, which is the exact price of all 4 palettes. So keep that in mind. If you get the PR box, you're basically just getting the same amount of stuff, but you're getting a box to hold it in. But I tried to use a coupon code the other day just to see how much it would be, and it did not work on the PR box, but it worked on the individual palettes. So keep that in mind if you're interested in looking at these palettes too, and unless you're really in love with that PR box, you may be able to save a little bit more by just getting them separately. Now this is probably the oldest thing, so I left it until the end. The BH Cosmetics Say It collection. I was really attracted to this collection because, well, because there's like a fuck off one or something, and just the sayings on them are really cute. I love that it's just kind of like loud and proud. When I looked at them the other day, I was thinking about getting like 4 of the 6, and they're only $15 a piece, and you can typically use a coupon code too. I'm not really interested in the other products in the collection, but I would love to get a few of these palettes, probably the more purple and blue, the green definitely, and I don't know, a couple of others, but each one of them I think is really cute, and I think it's different. BH Cosmetics, the value to quality always impresses me, so I feel like you can never go wrong. I'm losing my voice already. My iced coffee is already almost gone. So that is it for now. How many things did I say I was actually gonna buy? Like 3? So not quite an anti-haul, but pretty close to it. I hope you guys liked this type of video. Definitely let me know if you have any requests for content that you'd like to see me create. YouTube is constantly playing with me on the views, but it's like whatever. I just try to like float along and just forget it at this point. But YouTube definitely not show my videos as much. So if there's something that you'd actually love to see that you definitely click on, I would love to know what you want to see. And that is it for now. Thank you so much for hanging with me and talking makeup. If you have any requests of new releases that you definitely want to see in a video, DM me on Instagram or comment it down below, whatever you want to do, and I will definitely include it, no problem. I'm gonna try to keep them a little bit shorter so I can do them more frequently and kind of keep you guys up to date on my personal thoughts in case they mean anything to you. So anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.